Hey guys, what's up? It's Coach Carroll, and you are watching the monthly masterclass. Today we're going to be talking about content. I'm going to get my screen shared up here, and we will be going through the content program. I do have the chat open, so if you guys are with us live, you can hop in the chat, or if you have a longer question, just type in question, and I can pause, and we can you guys can unmute yourself, and we'll talk it over. I got Amanda on here as well, which is our integrator, and then Amanda Lyons, which we call Amy a lot of times to keep them separated. And so what we'll do is the first part of this presentation, I will be going through kind of our content masterclass. And let's see, screen sharing's paused. Why did it do that? Let me do this here. Presentation. There we go. All right. You guys see my screen okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So we will be going through the masterclass presentation today on content and the power of content. The beauty of this is that on the backside of this, you guys will have a better understanding of the types of content that can be created. You'll get a better understanding of how to use the platform through the Meta Pro scheduler. And then also you'll be able to get a little bit of training from Amy or Amanda Lyons on our team. She's going to walk you guys through Canva. She's our resident Canva pro. And so Canva is a great tool that a lot of agents are using now to make content because it's so user-friendly. Used to in the past, you had to use like Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop and Premiere, and they're just very heavy tools, very difficult to use. And so what we wanted to do was kind of give you guys some bite-sized information that we can share with you. I picked the wrong screen again. Let me share this back up. Can you bear with me for 1 second? For whatever reason, it's not wanting to pull that one. 2 seconds here, guys. Present, presenter view, present. There we go. We're cooking. All right, enter full screen. Got it. All right, now let's try this again. I want to make sure that you guys can see the full screen. All right, that's better. All right, so the content masterclass, like I said, we're going to go over the different types of content that you can use, and we're also going to talk about the Meta Scheduler. I'll show you some examples. Kevin Span's a big client of ours. He's up in New York, mega agent. I'll show you some examples of content that he creates, and then, like I said, we'll kick it over to Amy so that she can share with you guys how to use Canva. Part of the webinar special that you guys signed up for, if you're watching this masterclass, was our 20 pieces of content. And so you'll have those that you can go in and edit. I will tell you on the front side, if you would like to continue to get those, it's a $97 a month service where we create 20 videos for you. We give you guys the Canva templates, and then you can do whatever you want with them. You can post them as is, or you can go in, throw your logo on them, spice them up, change colors, whatever you want to do with them. We have that offering available for you if you're like an agent that says, hey, I don't want to make content, just let me post it. And then at the end, I'll kind of tell you about our other packages that we have that will allow us to kind of fully automate this for you to kind of take it off your hands completely. So with that being said, let's get started here. Excuse me. Kentucky allergies are kicking my butt. Let's talk about the types of content. So the first type of content that we're going to talk about are 2D graphics. And so 2D graphics are anything from infographics, could be advertisements, could be things like holidays or memes. The big thing to understand here is that how the platform receives the content. So on the platforms, you've got placements, right? So let me build this hierarchy for you. You have placements, which could be places that you can post content, right? So if we look at these, it could be like the Facebook feed. So like if you just got on your business page, you went and you clicked the photo, you posted it to your feed. That's one placement. That's not necessarily going to automatically show on Instagram. It's not going to show as a reel. It's not going to show as a story. There are different places on the platforms to post content, and it has to be a specific piece of content for it to fit. And so for like Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, which get the majority of the attention on the platforms now, those Reels have to be videos. So if you just say, hey, I'm just going to go post a ton of 2D content, you're going to miss out on being in the places where people are actually consuming content. That's why we teach you guys this, so that you understand the difference. And you can't just go post a bunch of pictures and only pictures. You'll miss out on some of the aspects of the platform. And it's the same thing both organically as well as paid ads, right? So on the ads side of the platform, if you're posting just 2D graphics and running those ads, you're going to be missing out on some of the other placements, which means you're not reaching as many people as you could be. The other type of content is videos, and you might say, okay, DJ, like a video is a video, but it's not. There's actually a couple of different types of videos. There are 3 different types actually. Horizontal, so this is best for long form content and use on platforms like YouTube. You can now post long form content to Twitter, which was a change that Elon just did. And one of the biggest content creators in the world, Mr. Beast, who has a huge following on YouTube, has now started posting long form content directly to Twitter, and he's getting a ton of views out of that. The platform is over indexing for those video views. You also can post horizontal on Facebook and Instagram. It's just what we have found is that a square video works better. We've tested it and we've actually found that it works better. The other type of video is a vertical video. These are best used in Reels and on your story feed. So if you're not familiar with stories and Reels, stories are the thing that's across the top. So like if you're on Instagram, it'll have the little bitty circles across the top. If you're on Facebook, it'll have the little, what we call tiles. It'll have the little tiles across the top. If you click on those, the biggest thing that we love about them is they are a full experience, meaning that like this one here will take up the full real estate of your phone. That's why these vertical videos convert so well. It's why they get so many impressions when we run them as ads. It's because most people are spending their time on Reels and stories. And so stories are kind of the behind the scenes. Reels are that short form vertical video ads. The last type of video ad is square videos. So platforms like Facebook and Instagram are adapting to square format videos. Think of these as like animated graphics. They also could be a long form video, but what we have found, we actually switched over to square graphics and square videos at the beginning of the year. And we have there's a post on our Instagram. It was something like a 40% increase in impressions for our standard clients and like a 27% increase for our deluxe clients, just by changing the formatting. So you might be thinking like, man, this is really in the weeds. Why does this matter? It matters because you want to maximize the number of people you are getting in front of, right? So the idea here, the whole idea, and I kind of talked about this in the webinar, is that funnel, right? When you're building that funnel out, of course, the bottom of the funnel is going to be sales, right? The next part is closed quotes, right? Like, so you've got quotes there, then opportunities, then awareness, right? And so if we were to think of our marketing funnel in that perspective, a lot of agents that are just churning and burning and buying leads, they're only playing at the quote to close funnel. Like, they're not doing anything to create opportunities, and they're not doing anything at the top of the funnel to create brand awareness. If you remember from the webinar, I mentioned that nobody wakes up on a Saturday morning and says, gee, it's a beautiful day to go buy some insurance, right? It just doesn't happen. It'd be really cool if it worked that way, but it doesn't. What happens is they get a bad claims experience, or they get a rate hike, which is also bad, but a bad claims experience or a rate increase. And then what ends up happening is that person now says, man, I got to go shopping. If you've done nothing to create top of mind awareness, if you've done nothing to create awareness around your brand or to build a brand, you're relying on them going to Google and typing in auto insurance, Vero Beach, Florida, right? And so now it's like, it's a toss up. Maybe you show up, maybe you don't. If you're using a corporate website and you have some other Allstate agents around you, the problem now is like, hey, I've got a corporate website and my site looks the same as everybody else's. It ranks the same as everybody else's. I'll talk a little bit more about your guys' websites at the end, but the idea here is if you can create top of mind awareness, we want what happens is they open their email, the Gecko gives them a rate increase of 30%, and they go, man, I'm gonna call that Robin Waters lady. I keep seeing her on my Facebook all the time. I'm gonna reach out to her and see if she can quote my insurance. Now they go to Google, they don't use it as a search engine, they use it as a phone book. They go to Google and they type in Robin Waters Insurance, Robin Waters Allstate. That now is an exclusive lead. And if you guys remember from the webinar, our company has 3 objectives for you all that we try to achieve. We want more exclusive leads, we want a lower lapse can rate, and we want increased income for you, right? And so the idea here is that if we can create top of mind awareness by putting out content that is engaging and memorable, then you guys become the agent that they think of when they get their rate increase or the bad claims experience. So that's the power of content in the 3 different types. There is a note here, anything over 60 seconds will not be published as a video, will be published as a video and not a reel. That is important to remember. The next thing I want to show you guys, if you remember in the webinar, I said, hey, on these master classes, I'm going to do several things for you. And one of the things I mentioned was showing you how to set it and forget it, meaning take 2 hours a month, schedule out all of your content, and then wipe your hands and walk away. It's posted, it's ready to rock and roll. We do this through the Meta Planner. So within Meta, there's a free tool that allows you to schedule content, communicate with your customers, view insights for all your Facebook and Instagram accounts. In fact, Meta now requires you to use the planner to schedule a post. And what does it look like? It looks like this right here. So up in the top right-hand corner of the Meta Planner, you click this little box that goes that you can drop down, and you can use it to create a post. You can schedule any 2D content, text post, or any videos over 60 seconds. You also, on the drop down, can create a reel. You can bulk upload videos. You can also go live if it's compliant for you. And then on the left-hand side, you can use the Insight tabs to review your results of the content that you've had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open up Meta. And you guys can do this along. If you got dual screens, you want to kind of follow along with me, you'll go to business.facebook.com. And if you're logged in, it should pull up your Facebook page. Let me share my screen with you here. And so we work closely with Craig. That's where you guys came from. So I'll just use his page as an example. And so this is what you should see. It's a Meta Business Suite, right? If you have multiple pages, you'll have a drop down over here where you can select multiple, from different accounts. But on the left-hand side, what we want to do is we want to go to the planner. And then inside of the planner, this is where you can schedule out your content. So if we have the 20 graphics that you guys have gotten from the bonus, right? And they're in Canva, we download them. Click this drop down. We can create a reel. If it works, there we go. And now I come in here and I literally can just make a post. So I add a video, I caption it. If I want to add a collaborator, I can add a collaborator. If we want to only post it to Facebook, we can only post it to Facebook. If we only want to post it to Instagram, we can only post it to Instagram. And this is a way for you guys to come in here and schedule out a post a day. Again, it takes some time, takes a couple hours, but you can do it, and it's not difficult, or you can hand it off to one of your team members. And if you're like, man, this is like way more than I want to mess with, our team can handle it for you. We've got options for that as well. If you want us to post for you 5 times a week, we have that option as well. Let me move out of here, back into the screen. And when we send you guys this recap, there actually is a free training on using the Meta Planner. So this will be hyperlinked in the PDF that we send you guys. You'll get an email. If you're watching this on the replay, obviously you already have the email in your inbox, but for those that are on with me live right now, when you guys get the email from our team, it will have the replay to this training, and then it will also have the PDF version of this slideshow, and this link will be clickable. When you click on it, open it up, it's actually a training from Meta on using the planner. So if you want to deep dive on it, you'll have that resource for you. All right, let's talk about examples of content. I'm gonna open up Kevin Span's page here. When you go to your page, you always want to make sure up in this top right hand corner that you're on your page and not like in your personal profile. So Facebook allows you to switch between the two, right? And so like if I switch back to my profile here, right? And then I go to Kevin Span, Allstate Insurance. It's going to have this little box in the bottom left-hand corner that says switch. That's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to switch into the profile. And that's going to be able to light up any of the options on the left-hand side. So if you're ever on your profile and you're like, hey, why won't it let me go to the planner? Hey, why won't it let me see my professional dashboard? Why can't I go to the Meta Business Suite? It's typically because you're not logged into your profile. So let's scroll on down through here. You know, Kevin's got a little something out there for Juneteenth so far. Here's some of the content that we post for the clients. So you can see here, Amy scheduled this post out for him 2 days ago. And again, that's why I said, if you guys want us to make content posted for you, we have that available. Here's a Father's Day post that Kevin did. And you'll notice most of his stuff is branded this like New York Knicks color. I'm a Pacers fan, so him and I had some fun going back and forth during the playoffs this year. Here's a little post that he shared of his video from CWC. Here's another one of our posts, 3 tips for business insurance. That's another one of our posts, but then also there's like some stuff here he'll share where these are like Throwback Thursday, right? From 3 years ago, he shared this post of a video that he made. You'll also find him do some of these green screen videos, which are really, really cool. One of the things that Kevin shared with me early on working with him that I thought was very interesting was he said that insurance leads the news every night because either a house burnt down, somebody died, or there was a bad car crash. Like that's what leads the news. And there's a saying in the news that if it bleeds, it leads. And so Kevin's like, you know, he said, DJ, I don't understand when agents are like, well, I don't know what to make content about. He said, all they got to do is go to their local news source, screenshot it, and then do a green screen video just talking about whatever happened here, right? And so like this one here, he's talking about, you know, storms, you know, killed 22 during long weekend. And he's all about, you know, saying, hey, man, you know, sorry about these people's loss, but, you know, this is the important having homeowners insurance, so that you're taken care of. Like he's using a current event and then spinning it on the backside to be able to pitch his services. And he is really, really good at this. Again, some more of our standard content here that's going out. And then, you know, here's a Happy Mother's Day video, some video content that we've made. And so, you know, wanted to give you guys some examples here, and you guys can always go back and look at Kevin's profile. Like here's a reel because it's vertical. Dude's always making great content. And so I wanted to give you guys that resource as somebody that you could look out to for inspiration. And then he also does coaching and training for agents. So if you're looking for that, he can help you out with that as well. All right. The biggest thing is to match your skill set to your content. And I want to spend a couple seconds talking about this. The number of people that I talk to that say, well, DJ, I'm waiting on my ring light to come in, then I'll start making videos. Well, DJ, I'm waiting on my new iPhone to come in, then I'll start making videos. You know, well, DJ, I was going to make a video. I did 27 takes, but I didn't like any of them, so I didn't post it. You have to understand that if you are going to make content and if you're going to be in front of the camera, you have to be comfortable with that. And so understand that if your skill set is like, hey, I don't want to be in front of the camera, I'd rather talk to high net worth clients and coach my team, then it may be something that you just want to hand off completely. The cool part about this business is that, when I started in 2016, there were still a lot of agents that are like, I don't think that Facebook thing's going to be around forever, right? Like if you guys remember back, the very first I guess we'll call it blow up for lack of better terms, but the very first congressional oversight hearing for Facebook, right? When they brought Zucks in front of Congress, he looked super nervous. It was the Cambridge Analytica scandal to where it was like they were using people's data to advertise to them and stuff. And that kind of all came out, and it kind of gave them a black eye. But what I saw, this was like I want to say maybe this was like 2015, 2016. What I saw was a bunch of senators and a bunch of congressmen, and I'm not being political. They were on both sides of the aisle. They would say, Mr. Zuckerberg, I don't understand. How is your platform free? And Zucks would say, well, I don't understand the question, Senator. And he'd say, well, if you don't make money, how are you guys providing the service? And he said, well, Senator, we sell ads. And the guy's like, well, I get it that you sell ads, but how do you make money? What Senate and Congress didn't understand was that Zucks could see into the future and realize how big of a business advertising on Facebook, and then ultimately, eventually, once he bought on Instagram, advertising on Instagram, he saw how big of a business this was. And it's to the tune of billions of dollars a year. And so when I heard that, I knew that this wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. It was a TV disruptor. It was a traditional media disruptor. And I knew that if I could get agents to understand that if you build a brand, you now attract the customers. You don't have to go buy the leads and try to convince them to do business with you. You can attract clients to your business by the brand that you build. And it was a rough go for the first couple of years. We had a lot of agents that just didn't get it. But I think we're to the point now where agents understand if they don't do social media, they're going to get left in the past. They're going to get left in the Stone Ages. And so, we're to the point now where it's like you either got to find the team member that can handle this, you have to do it as the agent, or you've got to get it completely outsourced and off your plate. Those are really the only three options you have. Not doing social media would be like being an agent in 2024 that says the internet's a fad and we don't have internet at our office, right? It would be crazy. There's just no way. That's what it's going to be by the end of this decade. So I'll get off my soapbox now. I'll bring Amy in. And she changed her name in the Zoom, so perfect. I'm going to bring Amy in, and she is going to share with you guys how to be a Canva pro and make content. So she's going to share with you guys how you can use Canva, how you can use the templates that we have already provided you, and if you want those as an ongoing service, how you can utilize those. And I know that you guys will learn a ton from her. Before we bring her in here, is there any questions on the stuff that I've covered so far around content, the meta planner, and my little soapbox speech that I just had there? Lad, Robin, George, I think you guys are the only ones on the live today. So any questions from you guys so far?
Not me.
Lad says no. Perfect. Robin?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. And I think George is good. I didn't see anything in the chat. So, all right, Amy, let me stop sharing and I will let you take it away. Perfect.
Great. Hi, everyone. I am a firm believer that Canva can help all of you. You can just add logos. You can add, let's say you have a generic piece of content that you want to add a phone number to. It's a lot easier. Like DJ said, Adobe is a very heavy tool. So when you think of editing pictures, you'll think of Photoshop. This is a much easier user-friendly tool like Photoshop. Let me go ahead and share here. Here we go. All right, so we'll start here with Canva basics. What is Canva? So I just explained, it's a user-friendly graphic design platform. Obviously, most things have been taken over this information age. We're all on social media all day. So when you see those graphics, videos, and you wonder how people create those, that's a tool like Canva. They're using that. You should care because like DJ said, your agency is your brand. You need to have very high brand awareness. And it's going to offer lots of tools from um, everything as complicated as video editing to as simple as just like adding your logo to a photo. So when you have a Canva account, there's a free account and there's a pro account. I'm going to say right away, pay the $10 a month for the pro account, even if you use it one time a month. An Adobe account is, if I'm not mistaken, hundreds or thousands of dollars. This is literally like $10 a month, and you'll have the ability to do everything. You could make, if you're on your Facebook and you have that little cover photo, you could make that. You could do just like we're doing right now, like a presentation. They have all kinds of tools that I won't even get into. So when you are using Canva, this is what the main page is going to look like. It's going to look like this. And the easiest thing to do is go up here to create a design. It's going to pull down this drop down menu, and you can see all of these suggested designs. Each of them is already going to be sized correctly for whatever it's labeled as. So you don't have to worry about that. Like a Facebook post is shaped differently than like a vertical video, which we use for Reels. All that's going to be preset right in here for you. So you'll just type what you need up in there. And then you can also do a custom size if you have something that you need specifically done, like a banner or a flyer. You can also import a file, like just a photo, and then add elements on top of that. So once you click whatever design you want, here I did an Instagram post. You can title it up here, and then you can select from all of these different pre-created designs. So Canva actually updates too. They have like communities of people that will create these designs, and you can put any kind of theme you want here, like insurance, and it will give you a bunch of preset designs. I will always suggest changing things, even if it's just like Happy Father's Day. Don't just grab a Father's Day post, because thousands of people, I'm sure hundreds of thousands of people now use Canva, and they're probably just grabbing the first template that's right up there on the top. So you want to like mix together some elements so that it's not, you don't like appear lazy, because your audience is smart enough to know, oh, if I see the same graphic on your page that just says Father's Day, you probably didn't do anything. Over here, these are all of the different elements that you can add right in here. You can add text. Like I said, you can upload a logo. That's a really great thing just to add your brand. When I say to like edit a template, just add your brand, add your name, add your phone number. So then like when DJ said someone gets in a car accident, they go, oh, I have seen Robin's name all over my Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and give her a call. So you can also schedule directly from Canva too. When you're inside on like, I think you all already got the link for the monthly content that we do. Here is what it would look like. And then up in the top corner, you would just press download, and it's, I'll go back. It's right here where it says share. I accidentally cut that off. So you'd click share, and this is the drop down right here. Share this design. We're going to click more, and then this is going to show up, and we're going to click schedule. And then this is going to show up, and we're going to click next after we select the date and time. You can select a channel, and you can connect it to any of your social media channels. I want to say maybe TikTok is the only one that's not in there, but you should just be looking at like at least Facebook and Instagram right here. And then you'll connect your Facebook page. Oh, all right. That's all I have for Canva.
Amy, can you open up a Canva window and just kind of maybe click through a couple of graphics just to show them how easy the platform is to use?
Absolutely. So I have our June content pulled up here. Here is where we would type in insurance. And it's going to give me a whole bunch of ideas for insurance. Like I said, I would never just grab one of these, it even has spots, throw your name and email and website and all of whatever you want on there. You can select from different kinds of insurance. It's really great at prompting you. Let's say I wanted to add a home icon. For our home insurance, we've got graphics. We have frames that we could stick a photo in. We have photos and videos. Really great at suggesting these things. You can create your own brand identity inside of here so that when you do pull up things like text, it's automatically going to be in like one of ours is Poppins. So it just automatically pops up in there for me with my own, like all of my brand requirements. They added this new thing that's draw. So if you want to get creative.
Huh.
You can organize everything by projects. And then we have this little fun apps thing. They have insane AI powered apps in here. I have not even been able to explore all of them, but they are so cool. They'll generate avatars for you, a QR code. Dolly is like Open AI's like photo creator. It's a very cool tool. I say like Canva Pro. I'm a Canva Pro. I really suggest getting a Canva account. So these are just all the different tools that you can do.
Very cool.
One new fun feature they have is this bulk create. So you can actually sit here and it'll teach you. There's Canva has like tutorials online, so you can read it real quick and learn how to bulk create your entire month of content at one time with just a couple tricks. And then over here is where you would, let's say we wanted to download, we would hit download and we have the ability to download it as an MP4 video, PNG, PDF. You can even now download things as a GIF or GIF, however you want to say it. If you do download anything as an MP4, make sure, this is a very important tip, make sure you do this, download as separate files. So you get 20 separate videos. Otherwise, you're going to get one long video of all of them.
Yeah.
And then here is where we would go to socials. It prompts you for some common things here, but we go share to social. I can schedule or I can directly share to any of the social accounts here.
Looks like they got TikTok in there now, so maybe it was just a
They do. I just said, yeah, I just noticed that. Yay!
This Canva is always, it's always updating, always changing. So
yeah,
cool, Amy. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, and hopefully you guys took some good stuff away from that. Just kind of a bit of housekeeping, some things I want to touch on here at the end, and we'll get you guys out of here. I try to keep these master classes as short and sweet and to the point as possible. I know you guys are busy running your own businesses. A couple things I want to touch on. First is websites. The ability to create brand awareness in the internet marketplaces, right? Social media outlets, things like that. That is very, very powerful. But what is just as important, if not more important, is what do you do with that attention once you have it? And that's where your website comes into play. So right now, the ads that we have running for you guys are just running to your Allstate website if that's the only thing that you have running. I did want to let you guys know about a program that we have called Website in a Week. One of the things that been working with agents since 2016, but we really didn't start working with Allstate agents until the beginning of last year, so about 18 months now. And what we found out was that your all's compliance is wildly different than the compliance department at, say, State Farm, which is who we started working with, right? And so what we realized was that with agents that are on the Allstate captive agents, the Allstate agents, you guys are actually able to have your own websites. And the reason why some of the agents don't do it, I've heard things like, it's too much, right? Like I've seen websites as much as $100,000, right? One of my buddies owns a construction company. He just told me the other day he got a quote for $37,000 to rebuild his website, right? So a lot of agents are like, man, it's just too expensive. It's, hey, I don't have the time to mess with it. Or they say, hey, I've really been meaning to do it. I just haven't got around to it. And so we took that to heart. We listened to our clients. And so we made a product called Website in a Week. I wanted to be able to shorten the time span and then also be able to do it at an affordable price. So it's a $9.97 build out fee and then $95 a month. But if you have a current social media package with us, we give you a $500 discount on the build out fee. So it's only $497 on the build out and then $95 a month. That includes unlimited hosting, your domain name and everything. And so why would you want to do this? Controlling your data is the first and most important part. State Farm doesn't have an internal team that sells insurance. Allstate does. And so if I'm an agent and I'm putting money out into the marketplace for Google AdWords and search engine optimization and ads on Facebook and Instagram and TV and radio and billboards, and I'm driving all this brand awareness to a corporate site that I don't own the data on, that they very well could be contacting the same lead that filled out the form on my website, that would make me go, ugh, right? The other thing is SEO integration. So owning a website that is optimized for search engines will help you show up better than your corporate site. The other thing is we've built in these easy lead forms. It's hosted on AWS and they look really, really good. So I'm going to show you guys Joel Rice. He's one of the top 10 agents in the company. We built out his website. You saw how fast that thing just loaded up. He's got a quote request form here. It's got a little bit about himself. You'll notice that he actually had us optimize this thing a little further from a search engine standpoint. So we had Rubel, our team member, come in and optimize this a little further. We bring in some testimonials. And then here's the cool thing. Each one of his services has its own page. And so what you're able to do with that now is these pages will rank better. So like if somebody types in motorcycle insurance, Vero Beach, Florida, like this page will actually rank for that. Well, I mean, he's not in Vero Beach, but I'm just using that as an example ad because we were talking about where you live at. But it's like if whatever your town is, like it will help you rank better there. The other cool part about it is all of our websites come with Ally, our new AI platform, built into them. So you guys got this as a bonus for 30 days to be able to use the AI lead detection. If you guys have us build you a standalone website, you get that for the life of your agreement with us. And Ally is where the leads come in. So if we're driving website traffic and you guys have, let me switch. Well, I'll just pull up Kevin Spence. This is right here. So this is what happens is we're able to identify like 30 to 50% of website visitors and then it also shows you like which page they landed on and how they got here. So like you guys can see, this is a Facebook click. So these are all the Facebook ads that we drove. This was an email campaign that went out. So Kevin, was getting some feedback on those email registration links. And then, some people just landing on his site regularly. This is his coaching business. So this one's a little different. That's why you see people all over the place. The emails are about 99.9% deliverable. The phone numbers are kind of hit and miss, 50-50. You got to realize, like when you're dealing with the general public, people that have their phone shut off every month, they're always getting new phone numbers. And so the phone numbers may not always be 100% accurate and true transparency, but the emails are deliverable and they're the personal emails. So what I tell agents is if you build a website with this, you get Ally up and running, you're building your database of people, because one of the things you guys can't control is the pendulum, right? 1 year, we can't write anybody, and if we can, their rates are so high, they're not going to do business with us. The next year it swings back, and if you can fog a mirror, man, we're the most competitive person you can get a quote from, right? Like that's just part of the business that you guys can't control. And so it's really good to build up your marketing database so that when that pendulum swings and you guys are super, super competitive, that's the time to press, send lots of emails, have your team working that internal book of business. So that was the website piece. It's a $500 build out, $497 build out. And then you guys can essentially have the leads that will come to you. It optimizes a social media campaign because we're driving a ton of traffic right now for you guys already. It's that alley will help you generate more leads from that. And then lastly, there are 2 other packages. You guys are in our standard solution right now. If you haven't upgraded or talked to my team yet, you're in our standard solution, which is $397 a month. Our next package up is our deluxe at $597 a month. And then you can scale your media buy up from there. So right now you have about $100 worth of media buy. If you go to the deluxe, it's $597, still includes that $100 media buy. That's our minimum. We have to have at least that much. That's that ad credit that we talk about that's included in there. And then from there on up, you can say, hey man, I'm going to do $1,000 a month in media buy. We can, make the edits to your account, however you see fit. Our top tier package is $14.97 a month. That's where we build custom branded content for you, where your name, your face, and your image is on it. The deluxe package, you do get posting 5 days a week, but it's the standard stuff. So it's the content that Amy had pulled up on her screen, right? Where I hate calling it generic, but it's curated content, right? It doesn't have your name or brand or anything like that on it. But those are the 2 price points that you guys could be looking at if you wanted to make changes to your accounts and say, hey, DJ, I don't want my team members messing with it. I want them selling policies. I don't want to mess with it. I want to be fishing or hunting or, enjoying my life. I've built my business to a place where I don't want to mess with it anymore. Or you could just say, hey, this is way over all of our team's head. We're insurance agents, not social media marketing experts. Your team can handle it for us. We have those options for you. So I'll pause here for a couple of minutes. Anybody have any final questions before we wrap up that's on the live call? No, lad's good. Robin, you good?
I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks, DJ. This is really good. Thank you for your help.
Awesome, man. Absolutely. Well, cool, guys. Well, and is it George or Jorge? I don't mispronounce it. Jorge. Okay, perfect. Jorge, so yeah, you guys will be getting the recording of this. The team will email that out. It'll take them maybe a day to get it all processed and put together, but you guys will get the recording of this. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for about 45 minutes today and doing a little learning. If there's anything we can do, or you have additional questions, if you're watching this on the replay, you have additional questions, feel free to shoot us an email, support@carroll.media.
Hey,
With that being
DJ.
said, guys, wish you guys the best, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thank you all.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
See you guys.